Hi, so I think the last time we did this, I wasn't terribly far along. I was still cutting things out of sprues. And here's the update. For the model, basically everything that I need to have cut out of the sprues has been cut. Um, so I just wanted to show that. You can see this is the inner armor, slightly different color, different weathering effects. This is the outer armor, which is supposed to be a little bit sharper yellow if you go by the pictures and the animation and in the book here. Uh, the book has painting guidelines which indicate that the stuff on the outside is quite a lot more yellow than the rest of it. Um, well, anyway, there's a painting page in there someplace. Um, so So far, so good here. I'm pretty happy with this. This is all spray painted flat black at the minute. So the inner chassis pieces, and uh, you can see my Tamiya paints here. All the kit that I have for airbrushing. One interesting thing that I have been doing, however, is with these pieces have been coated in floor wax. It's not actually wax. It's sort of a floor acrylic. These are test pieces. It's hard to tell from this image, but these are slightly glossier than this matte black pieces back here. I don't think that this is going to be a good way for me to show that in this photo, just because the camera's not good enough. But you can see this is shiny-ish, and then this hasn't got any shine at all. And the reason it's not got any shine at all is it is actually matte. This is the back. I didn't actually paint that, so that's actually a plastic gleaming. Anyway, this isn't actually black. It's really deep blue, but I've coated it with the wax. As you can see, it's got a gleam to it, but it would be flat or pretty close to flat had I not done that. Having done this, the paint is safer, so it won't chip. You also get the nicer effect, I'd say, with the slightly gleamy. What I'm using is this stuff. So in case you're curious, or you want to do it at home, do it yourself. This is what you need if you're in the UK. In the US, I think it goes by Future Clear or Future Shine or something like that. Same product, different branding. There's another thing that I wanted to show too, which was, well, let me show this. This is a cleaning station. In case anybody who hasn't seen one, now you have. You need one if you have an airbrush. A lot of times this doesn't get enough airtime in videos, and I know why. It's because people are playing with the airbrush and they're showing how great the airbrush is, and they're painting something and they're showing all the effects. And this is always out of frame. This is always outside the shot. It's almost as important as the airbrush is, and I only found that after I needed one. I made my own one out of a plastic bottle and some paper towels, but it doesn't really do the same job. This has an overspray capture, right? So there's basically no overspray, and the internals on this is, very thoughtful design, and you can just pop the filter in and out here. So must-have item. Okay, this. Hard to source these, turns out. So I'm making my own. What this is similar to this piece of kit right here, which frankly this is from earlier days of mine where I was a jeweler. So I have a third hand that's got a really lovely base, and it's perfect for airbrushing stuff when you don't want to sit there and get your fingers full of paint. But I kept on watching videos, and I kept on seeing people using stuff that looked like this, an alligator clip on the end of a wire, and having going hunting online and stuff, you can't really find these things. So I decided I'd make my own, and what I've done is I bought a big bag of alligator clips. So these I think were something like, I can't remember now. They're not like super strongly rated or anything. Just a few volts, but basically they're big enough. So the diameter of the opening on the end of these alligator clips is something on the order of, like, I don't know, 3 millimeters. It's meant to be so that you can sort of maybe see that there's see the hole there. So what you're supposed to do is thread a wire through the hole, pull it up through to the little slots there, and then screw it down. And then this is, for electrics. But what I'm doing is I bought garden wire from Wix. This is 2 millimeter garden wire. I could have done something like, I don't know, like large gauge copper wire or something like that, but this turned out to be an interesting solution because it's pretty cheap, and it's not like I'm buying a whole roll of copper. It's just, I think it's steel, galvanized steel, but it's a little bit, it's got a little bit more flexibility than a coat hanger, but it doesn't tend to move once you put it in place, and it's, it'll take the weight of a little plastic piece, no problem. So I thought, well, I'll give this a go. So I bought a roll of that, and obviously I had the alligator clips, and I knew that, this being 2 millimeters was probably a little bit small, but it was all I could find at Wix, and then obviously then the tricky part came in. Okay, how do I fit this together? What's the trick here? So what I've decided to do is to I took a plier and just, maybe you can see that the wires actually, I kicked the wire up just a little bit, like an L shape. Took the screw out that's in the original alligator clip. I just took that screw out, and then threaded the wire, the L shape, through that hole, and then clipped the wire short. And then I took a pair of pliers and I crimped basically the sleeve that would be for the wire. I crimped that close. So now it's pretty sturdy. It's got a little bit of play in it, just a touch. And me being sort of an irritating sort of perfectionist about stuff like that, I'm going to solder it. So I'm just gonna drop a few drops of solder on this and get it to take that play out. And see how that works. I mean, the clips are really cheap, so if this ever breaks, I can just make another one. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that. I see them in the videos all the time, and nobody tells you where they got them. So anyway, that's it for this time. Bye.